I don't feel like I had enough coffee to do all of this today. Oh, we are so back. We are so back. Ugh. Hello. Hello, hello. Oh, let's fix you. Hi, how are you? We are so back. This feels so strange to do, but it was necessary. I haven't spoken to you in like a really long time, and I do really apologize for that, like from the bottom of my heart. Life. That's the only like reasonable explanation I have, but also like just couldn't be bothered. And I honestly didn't really have anything to talk about. I was going to do one when I got back from New York, but it took my brain maybe like a solid 3 months to rewire and feel normal again. But it's okay because like we're here now. And that's really all that matters. So hello, happy new year. We're in 2026 now. This is basically just going to be like the reflection letter that I was supposed to do at the end of the year to like wrap it up, but I was away, so we're doing it now. And it is the 6th of January, but that doesn't really matter because time isn't real, so the new year can really start whenever you want it to. Take that into the year. How about that? Anyways, what's new? How are you? I'm doing really fucking well. I'm not gonna lie to you. One of my goals last year was to be a lot more consistent with like this whole YouTube shit, right? Like I said, I was doing it for a split second there. I was doing it. And then I did disappear. I literally was trying to hype myself up to do this for the past like couple days because I haven't spoken to you for a while and I feel really bad about that. I do, because I'm sure you really miss hearing the sound of my voice. But I was getting nervous, girl. I don't know what to tell you. I was just getting really nervous because I haven't done this. And like, I forget what it's like to talk to myself and then have to cut it up. Anyways, I forget what the whole point was. What was I trying to say? You let me know when you figure out what I was trying to say. Fuck it. I can't remember anything, so let's just talk about 2025, shall we? If you've watched these, in 2024, I did my reflection letter. What you don't realize is that in that video, I was genuinely fighting for my fucking life. Like, I was fighting for my fucking life. Like the shit that I went through in 2024, like at the end of the year, I was like, yeah, you know what? Next year is going to be so great. Like I'm really going to persevere, bro. I was still crashing out until maybe like the middle of January. But I can say now that whatever the fuck we went through in 2024, plus the start of last year, has been completely absolved from our record. It never happened, and I'm so much better because of it. And honestly, 2025, I saw a lot of people saying like, oh, this year fucking sucks, year of the snake. People had a really bad year, and that sucks. That really sucks. Me, honestly, 2025 was one of the most like self-affirming years that I've had. Like it was very, this is what the shit is gonna be. This is who you are. Now go and fucking do it. And now it's like 2026. Oh my God, it's actually over for you bitches. Like, and I don't think you genuinely realize how much it's over until it's too late. Anyways, last year's episode of this diary entry thing that I started was called I'm Exactly Who I Think I Am. I still am. But this year's episode is called I Don't Know Any of You Bitches Anymore. I don't know any of you bitches. I'm kidding. But this episode is called This Shit Will Be Mine Whether You Fucking Like It or Not. Oh, because like that's really what it's come to now. I fear for you. Like I said, this past year was one of the most awakening years so far, especially when it comes to like who I am as a person and like the things that I went through and I experienced, the lessons I learned, the perspective shifts that I had, just overall understanding who I am and what I need to become the best version of thyself, right? Like when I say it's over, bitch, it's over. Okay. Why did I just throw my phone? Like I actually need it. This is what I get for being dramatic. Nah, I actually need my phone. Like why the fuck did I throw it? I maybe should have like watched back the reflection one that I made in 2024. Like so then I knew what I was actually like fucking talking about or what I had said. I know one of the things that I said was I want to learn how to do more with like my appearance and like feeling more like a woman, right? Which I have. If you see what I carry around in my bag now, I'm topping my shit up like all the fucking time. And I love that because it makes me feel like so like... Like, yes, I just need to put on my lip gloss. Hold on. I love that shit. That is like peak femininity to me. That's peak womanhood. We all just sit around at the table just like reapplying our lip liner and shit. It just cures my soul. But as you will notice, I did say I wanted to do more with my hair. Yet, I have a slick back in the slickest of all backs, right? That's because I didn't want to wash my hair and I was trying to figure out a right time to do it, and this was just the safest option. Okay, so just deal with it. 2025, I made a list of things that I did and that I was like super, super proud of. Basically peaches and pits. Me and Zoe did peaches and pits last New Year's. Girl, when I say 2024 had a lot more pits than peaches, because my peaches were that I still did all of this stuff despite crashing out 24/7. Like, they weren't individual peaches. They were just like more perspective shifts on the pits. The pits was bad, bitch. Like, I was literally 2025 was just super fucking personal, especially that trip to New York. So let's go run through a quick list of things that I did. I've got peaches and pits. When I was thinking back on the peaches and the pits of 2025, I kid you not, I really only had one pit, which I think is successful in terms of like, oh wow, I had a really good year. But the pit was devastating. And I think we all know what the pit was. My beautiful friend Nat, who had his life taken away from him at the start of the year. Definitely the biggest pit of the year, because nothing can prepare you for that. And I've made a whole video on that, and like it lives rent free in my head. I think in circumstances like that and the way that I maneuvered through it, I definitely learnt a lot. Never had to deal with anything like that, and it being as abrupt as it was and as grim as it was, it definitely rewired the chemistry in my brain. Nothing could have ever prepared me to deal with that last year. But I think, like I was saying, the way that I came out of it and the person that I am now coming out of that, even though it always lingers around, it's just I've learnt to deal with it. I've learnt to manage it, and I've learnt that it's never going to go away. Like, that grief of losing someone, especially in that way, and one of my close friends, like, it's never going to go away. But I've learnt to manage it to a level of like, what would he want me to be doing right now? And I can still hear his voice all the time in my head telling me like, you need to get out. What are you still doing here? You need to go do this, da 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 da. So now I feel like I'm living English. It's opened my eyes to the fact that life is short, and if I want something, I need to go get it. Okay, and I can hear him telling me to go and get it. So that's what I really took out of it. Started like wanting to prioritize my friendships more, because you never know when the last time you're gonna see somebody is. Celebrating my friends, spending more time. I've started hosting dinner parties. Like, I was having my friends over and I would cook for them, because I realized I loved cooking for people. When they say they want to go on a trip, they want to go do this, just go and fucking do it. Go and do it. Like, go and make those memories, girl. Go and make them. Hug your friends. Support your friends. Be there for your friends. All of that. So I was really just cherishing the time and the friendships that I have in my life and holding them really close and, you know, pouring into that more. And I'm super happy about that. Clearly. Can you tell? Let's get into that. So now we've covered the pit. God forbid any more pits to that caliber again. So let's get into the peaches, okay? I have my phone here, and the other day I wrote my 2025 rap. I'm not going to read out everything on here because some of it might be a little bit incriminating. Actually, it wouldn't be. I just don't feel like you need to know every single fucking thing that happens in my fucking life, okay? Just put the pieces together. Use context clues. Make common sense common again. That is my message to the world, 2026. Let's make common sense fucking common again, bitch. Here are some cool things that I did in 2025. My Canadian visa got approved. Clap, 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 clap. The move is completely for proximity. I need to get off this big ass island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and get into the why of that in a second. I went to Bali for the first time. I went to the Australian Open for the first time. I did my archive series, even though it did make me want to crash out on multiple fucking occasions. I still did it, okay. I didn't finish it, but I did most of it. I met my little sister for the first time. That's in one of my vlogs that I did at the start of last year. She came to Melbourne. We had a hoot and a half. Next. Somewhat consistent with my YouTube. I was doing really well. And then I got tired. I celebrated my friends and spent a lot of time with people I love. Love that. I went to my first Eid. We went on Ava's birthday trip to Rye. I got my name tattooed on me. I wish I kind of vlogged that one because that one was tea, but I did my birthday video in honor of that whole tattoo, which you can like go and watch if you haven't. Like, why have you not watched it yet? Riddle me that. I went to New York for the 5th time in 3 fucking years, bitch. Clap it up. Clap it fucking up. What do you mean I've been to New York 5 times in the past 3 years? This is where the whole Canada thing comes in about proximity, right? When people say to me, oh, why don't you just move there? If any of you have $15,000 just laying around that you don't need, feel free to like get me a lawyer so then we can figure that out and I can move to New York, okay? But other than that, I don't want to hear it. Thing is with like feel like I'm spilling too much of my tea. The thing with like Canada is when people ask me, why am I moving to Canada? Why don't you just move to New York? Again, $15,000. If any of you have it, run it. If any of you have a business that wants to sponsor a bitch, run it. Canada is a part of the Commonwealth, right? Queen, king, shit, you know, British colonization, right? Canada, right above America, same time zone as New York, East Coast. Are you picking it up? American visa, 01, $15,000 plus dollars. Canadian, same time zone, East Coast, visa, working holiday, 2 years, $400. Now, when you weigh out the options like that, I think that's when it makes sense. You know, I think that's when we're like, oh, okay, right, I understand now. But look, it's the best option for me right now in the situation that I'm in. I just, honestly, bitch, get me the fuck out of here. Just get me the fuck out of here. Like, if I can't move to America or get a visa or a sponsor or whatever in those 2 years that I'm living in Canada, I'll just move to London. If I can't do it by then, I'll just move to fucking Paris. I cannot be here anymore. I can't. I'm at this point of annoyed. I'm at this point of feeling like I'm in fucking jail. Like, I feel like a sitting duck in jail. How are you a sitting duck and in jail at the same time? And like, it might sound dramatic, like I understand. Believe me, I've heard the arguments. Oh, but you know, like free healthcare. Love that. No guns. Like, Australia is so much safer. Like, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, but I'm bored. I'm bored. I don't feel challenged being here anymore. Bro, at the end of January this year, I will have lived in Melbourne for 5 years. Go! I'm never usually like anywhere for too long. I feel like I overstayed my welcome at this point. If you think I'm being dramatic, then you have no idea. You have fucking no idea, bro. Like I said, I've been to New York 5 times now. Every time I go there, my life changes significantly. Or something happens that I feel like I'm, woo! And then that's only in 3 months. I've been here for 5 years. When is it gonna give? And I'm just tired of like waiting now. I just need to get out. And I can hear Nat in my ear being like, what are you still doing here? You need to get out. What are you still doing? I'm trying, buddy. I'm trying. Believe me. And now we're actually putting the things in motion and like actually figuring it out and getting out and going on a new adventure. I'm just like super excited about that. But don't get me wrong. I'm also fucking terrified. Because whose dumbass idea was it to move across the world? And I'm sure I'm going to make some like crash out video about like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? Whose dumbass idea was this? That's why I'm saying it now. Maybe a foreshadow, maybe not. But it'll be like, oh, I knew this was going to happen. But people have been asking me like, oh, like, you know people in Canada? No. Do you have somewhere to stay? Like, do you have a house? No. Do you have a job? No. I'll figure it out. One thing about me that my friends love to tell me over and over again whenever I'm stressing out about shit, Aisha, you always figure it out. I do. And I've also said sometimes, and I feel like in this specific instance, it would be nice to have it a little bit figured before having to figure out the entire thing. You know what I mean? But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So yeah, what was I saying? Let's talk about New York City. Like I said, 5th time in 3 years. I only went for 2 months this time. I didn't want to be greedy. Usually I go for a full 3. This time I was only there for 2. I did miss my flight coming home. I did do that and no one is letting me live it down, but that's what I get for editing my crash out. Miguel said, editing your own crash out has to be a superpower. As I'm literally crashing out at JFK Airport when I miss my flight, I'm thinking this is going to be a hilarious video. And then I get back. Mind you, I went to the club as soon as I got back to Melbourne because I was like, fuck it, I need to fix my sleeping schedule. I'm going to go to the club. I don't know how that equals, like 2 + 2 = 4, but whatever. I went to the club. That's when maybe like 10 people I know, and they all said the same thing to me. They were like, oh, you made it finally. Oh, you're finally here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, you missed your flight. And I'm like, wait a minute. You guys actually watch my shit? You guys actually listen to things I say sometimes? A lot of the time when I'm posting online, I'm just talking to myself. Or I'm just like posting it for me like, oh yeah, hee hee hee. And then someone will bring it up and I'll be like, oh, I'm being observed. Terrifying. My life has changed significantly or somewhat each time that I've gone, and I've learned something new, and I've changed internally somehow. This year, bro, when I tell you I wasn't even supposed to go this year, like once my Canadian visa got approved, I was like, oh yep, I'm going to move to Canada in October. And people are like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yep, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Da, 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 da. And I wholeheartedly was going to. And then I was like, no, I can't go to New York this year. I need to focus on Canada. Then my fucking shortcut brain was like, why don't you just go to New York instead of rushing Canada. And I was like, hold on, this bitch might be onto something. Why don't I do that? Because the whole reason I wanted to move to Canada so quickly was so then I could go to New York faster. I was like, bitch, why don't you just go to New York, you know, quick little trip in and out, 2 months, come back, and then you have more time to save, you know, create memories, spend time with your friends, like don't rush it because you're moving like halfway across the world. And I was like, oh my God, Aisha, you're a fucking genius. Like, are we even surprised at this point? No. So that's what I did. I went the week before Fashion Week. When I tell you, this was the most successful trip I've taken in terms of my career ever. And it was the shortest one that I've taken as well. But as soon as I got off that plane and I landed, like I was just doing the fucking shit. Like I had a goal, I had a reason. And I said to myself before I got there, this trip, oh bitch, I gotta sit forward for this. This trip is about to be so fucking personal because of all the shit that I had to go through or that I went through in the last year. This is about to be so fucking personal. And it was. I did everything that I set my mind to. You know, I was just shooting. I was doing this, that, and the third. I was meeting people. Like, I was finding myself in rooms and things that, like, I've been working towards getting into. And I just did the fucking thing. And honestly, like, it was... the elation that I got from doing the thing that I want to do with my life, like in real time, is something, it had me so geeked 24/7. Like I just remember leaving shoots, leaving events, leaving whatever, and just being like, I fucking love this shit, bro. Like I love this shit. No one loves this shit like I love this shit. And that's one of the best feelings because it's like, okay, I am doing the right thing. This is how I want to feel about jobs that I do, decisions I'm making. I'm exactly where I need to be. This is exactly the fucking thing. This is the fucking point. This was the point. It was so healing. Honestly, it was so healing. And I was like, I really did my big one. So I was so proud of myself. When I said it was going to be personal, I didn't mean to do my big one that big. You know what I'm saying? Like, my bad, guys. I really was on your fucking neck. I was going on a generational run the whole time that I was in New York. The whole time it was just, bitches are never gonna believe this shit. And one thing that people tell me a lot, alarmingly a lot, it is a compliment for sure. It depends who's saying it. And I'm like, when people say to me, oh, I live through your Instagram stories when you're in New York. Like, I live through you when you're there. Right, you know you could do it too. Like, oh yeah, but I want to do it how you do it. Well, actually, it took a lot to fucking get here. 5 times specifically. Like, I'm not letting you shortcut the shit that I worked hard to do. This is why I said like this episode was gonna be called this, because I've had it to here. But I had someone ask me in like a question box that I put on my story saying, how do you afford to go to New York all the time? I have a passion and a purpose. I replied and I said, if you really wanted something this bad, you would figure out how to make it happen too. Bitches just want to do the shit for the perks, but don't want to put in the shit to actually get there. Bitches want to shortcut everything. The feeling that I have about 2026 is like a fire. Like, I feel like Adele. Like, there is a fire burning inside my heart. Is that the word? I just feel like this shit is already written. When I said that this episode was going to be called This Shit Will Be Mine, whether you fucking like it or not, I really meant that. It's not even a fact of like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Yes, it is. And last year proved that. That's why I'm saying it was so self-affirming. This is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. The only thing in my way right now is location, right? It's not even a matter of whether I'm supposed to be doing it, because I am. It's a matter of how badly do I want it, because the shit's written, translated in every language in the world, right? It's just a matter of like how badly I want to go and get it. And I'm gonna be so mad. Like I said the other day, like, protect your fucking neck. I'm like full steam ahead right now, and like if anyone gets in my way, like, you will be dealt with in a very respectful manner, unless you really like piss me off. But I don't know, the culture in Melbourne, every time, we've had this conversation a million times, it is getting better to a degree. Like, this place definitely like made me who I am. It made me find my passion, my want to do these things in the first place. But I'm just at the point now where I just like need to leave, and I think we all collectively understand that. And if you don't support that, just go away. Oh, boo-hoo, womp womp. Like, too fucking bad. I've been rambling on about the same shit. I'm just so fucking passionate about this shit, bro. Like, it just pisses me off, number one. But also, number two, it's just like, oh my God, you have no fucking idea what you're about to deal with from me. Oh my God, I'm sweating. It's also like 30 degrees today and I'm wearing pants on a beanbag. But like, whatever, bro. Let's go back to the fucking peaches, bro. Okay. Now, what did I do in New York? Oh. I've been talking about, oh, it was such a success, it was such a this, that, that. But what did I actually do? Okay, these are the standout things that I did and that I found myself in. Lucci. I didn't find myself in Lucci. Okay, I just with Lucci. Anyway, Luciana Mello is godsend. If you saw me, you most likely saw Lucci. If you saw Lucci, you most likely saw me. Me and her attached at the hip. I literally met her last year. This is what I'm saying when I say I'm so blessed to have the people around me that I do and that I hold so close, because I literally met this bitch last year, 2024, at Fashion Week. At Aquila, who my friend Omar, he works there, and they had a Fashion Week party. And I was by myself waiting for my friends to come. And Lucci was just standing there, and I think I was with Omar and they were talking, and then me and her start talking. When I tell you, like, we just hit it off right off the bat. And then this bitch goes and offers for me to stay with her the entire time that, I mean, she's like, if you ever need to stay here, you stay with me. I was a little nervous because I was like, we've like hung out twice and you're letting me like live at your house. When I tell you, that's my fucking sister, bro. If you see me, you see her. If you see her, you see me. I would do anything for that girl, bro. Anyways, that was like definitely one of my highlights and peaches, like that friendship and that bond that we built. You can't find friends like that anymore. So when you come across like a dime like that, tea. Forced to be fucking reckoned with. And we're both Leos, so you already know. The Subi New York Fashion Week party, Playboy Cardi birthday, Cash Cobain video. I shot 4 music videos. Did I? Yeah. I shot 4 music videos. I'm only just tapping into this music video shit, right? I kind of fuck with it. And I think it's fucking with me. So I think we're just going to see how that goes for now. But my favorite thing about making the music videos, right? I just did some from one of my friends. And the songs that they make, like... they're rap songs, obviously. And the edit that I'm making, like, but I think it's just so funny that when you watch it and then you see me, it's just like, I guess I'm just a little girl and I just made this really hardcore rap video. I think that shit is so funny and so tea. Oh my God. This one I'm excited to tell you about, okay? It was kind of unintentional, but I am bringing something back in 2026, and it would be our beautiful friend Essence. I may rename it. I don't know. I haven't really thought that far ahead yet, to be honest, but I caught up with one of my friends, Chris, and we just did like this huge catch-up thing, We were just talking about like where we are in our lives now, and I was like, we need to do a reunion video for the Essence series, because I filmed Chris in the first time that I went to New York ever, and I interviewed him basically about what it is to be a creative for him. 3 years later, shit's changed, bitch. Shit has changed. So we sat down and we did like a reunion video, and I was like, this is great. I did one for my friend Xavier in 2024 as well. So I was like, I've done this before. And then I was like, wow, let's keep the ball rolling. So I've shot 3 more episodes. So I have a 4-part series coming with a trailer about creatives in New York and their experience and like all of this shit. And it's gonna be really fun and tea. And honestly, shooting it made me like super fucking happy, because I'm used to shooting at night, right? I'm shooting this shit during the day. We're like getting deep and meaningful, like having great conversation, and I'm just like, what can't I do? I love all of this shit. Like, I don't discriminate on the shit that I love. But shooting the Essence series, that'll be coming out soon. I ideally want to have it done by March. There's some other things coming up that I want to do that I'm not going to tell you about just yet, but it's going to be really tea and fun, obviously, because I'm doing it. Anyways, what else did I do in New York? I accidentally hit a weed vape and nearly died at a club. I will not tell you anything else. I was collecting cups the whole time I was in New York as well, aka not stealing them, just borrowing them. I have a whole collection in my room. I had a farewell party and everyone just like came over. Jade and Lucci organized it, and like we all just like sat and drank, played games, painted. I made a really good fucking version of the Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight album cover by Travis Scott, and honestly, like I was fucking Picasso up in that bitch. You can't tell me anything. Yeah, and then I missed my flight home. So farewell party was kind of all for nothing because I was there for another like 3 days, but it was really wholesome and fun at the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that matters. So when I got back, my beautiful, talented fucking friend Jada, the fucking creator, if you don't know now, you know, get to know. She finally had her first runway for her Sanctuary collection, and as the person in the world with the most Sanctuary Inner Sanctum archive pieces, it was such an honor to be a part of that and to watch her do the whole process. Like, she is one of the most talented fucking people I know. Like, oh, I can't even put it into words. Maybe you'll hear more about her when I shoot a video about her, but whatever. She asked me to walk in her first runway. I've never walked in a runway, but one thing that I did learn from it and I did take from it is that I take tiny steps. Bitch, I look like I was running through that shit. That's why someone was like, let me see your walk. I went, nah. You had to be there, twin. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. If you weren't there, you're never gonna see it. Because, bitch, I was running through the fucking... My friends are like, you ate. I watch it back. I'm like, I'm starving. I'm gonna leave it up to the pros. You guys can have it. And then recently, the peaches have just been, I went home for Christmas. For the first time in 4 years, right? If you don't know, I'm from Coffs Harbour, which is up near Byron Bay, not in Queensland and not in Sydney, in the middle. Yeah, Christmas for the first time in 4 years, because I work retail and I'm technically not allowed to go. But I kind of bullied them into it. I said, hey, you've never needed me that bad. I'm going home. No, you weren't gonna ask. I went, no, I'm sorry. This is me asking you and you telling me yes. But I love them. Love you, Ree. Anyway, I had a fucking ball. I'm a fish at heart, right? Like, I grew up by the ocean. I love being in the water. I love laying in the sun by the beach. And that's all I did. I went for a slap. It's just simple pleasures in life, like just going to the pokies and not winning. Like... just takes me back to when I was like freshly 18 and we would do that all the time. Yeah, I basically saw everyone I've ever known in my life. Don't ask me why I paid $20 to get into the pub on Boxing Day, but you know, for the love of the game, I did it. But it was a really humbling experience having to pay $20 to get into the Hoey. Never again. I was like, is there some kind of list or something? I was like, Aisha, don't be too bougie right now. Super overstimulating, but you know, I saw, like I said, everyone I've ever known in my entire life. I caught up with like all of my high school friends and stuff, and it was just like a really fun experience because I haven't seen some of them since we graduated high school, which was nearly 9 years ago. And some of them I haven't seen since like maybe like 2019 or whatever. So like seeing them all. One of my friends, Anthony, said to me, I was telling him something and he was like, Aisha, I always envisioned this life for you. And I was like, that is the biggest compliment you could ever give me. And like hearing some of them say like that they're really proud of me and stuff, I was like, that means a lot more than you know, because hearing that from people that have no idea what you do, or like people that I've known since I was like 6, like I've known them for 20 years, saying this shit to me was just like, oh yeah, great. There's no better feeling than that. And I think also because I know they're not trying to get anything out of me, it was like, oh, thanks guys. But yeah, I had a great time, and then I was back in Melbourne for a day, and then I went to Bali for New Year's. I was there for 4 days, had a ball, got a tan, drank some mojitos by a pool, and minded my fucking business. And honestly, it was a great way to start the year. So now I just think like everything that I've learned in 2025 was solely based on trusting myself, knowing who I am and trusting myself. Like looking back at it, I'm so fucking proud of myself, because like even the girl that was in the video last year with the resolution and everything, she was still so proud of herself. But it's like knowing everything that I went through to get to that point, plus more to get to where I am now, is just like, I am capable of fucking anything. And my friends were right when they said that one thing about me, I'ma always figure it out. And like the thing that I figured out this year is that I'm exactly where I need to be at all times. New York really proved to me as well that shit will pick up even if I'm away for 3/4 of the year. I'm not missing out on anything because it's gonna pick up as soon as I come back. And that was really, really evident this year. And that made me feel really like confident in what I'm doing and like the situation that I'm in. I've learned to trust myself more. I really am that bitch. And like the more that I believe it and the more that I know it, the more it will show up in my everyday life and the way that I carry myself and the standards I set for myself and for the people even that I have in my life. Like the people that I have in my life right now, I hope that I grow old with them. They just see me. They really see me for who I am, and I want to continue, you know, pouring into our friendships and our like relationships and all of this, because like having them in my life makes me a better person, and I hope that I make them a better person as well. Like even just through conversations that we have and the support and the love that we show each other, like that shit is so hard to find, like I said, and I'm just so blessed to be so abundant in that part of my life. Yeah, so let's get into like, what do I want to do this year? Like, what are my goals for the year? I feel like I've said this before. I never like to focus on specific things because I hyperfixate. So if I'm just like, oh, I want to do this specific thing, I won't notice everything that's happening around me at the time. Like I want to take the things that are happening around me and like enjoy them while I can, because like I said, I'm moving halfway across the world to make my dreams come true. Weird. So I need to cherish and like, you know, pour a lot more energy and stuff into things happening around me, make those memories. It's summer, we're outside, bitch. Like I want to keep doing all of that while I can before I uproot my life and leave. I I think also just continuing to trust myself and knowing that anything that is meant for me will not pass me by. Like I said, the shit already written. It's just a matter of how bad I want it. So I think just trying to stay consistent, learning new things as well. Oh my God, I didn't even tell you the best fucking part, bro. Zoe's gonna be so mad that I'm making her wait in the car. One thing that has honestly changed my life, and I'm taking this with me into 2026, is my perspective on things. I really genuinely turned from glass half empty to glass half full. I've realized now, anytime that I've caught myself in a situation where I'm like stressed about something, I immediately just sit there with it. Okay, what's the opposite of this? What am I supposed to be learning from this? Like, the perspective fairy comes and smacks me in the fucking face, right? And I'm just there like, oh, okay. Like, I was crashing out a little bit the other week because I was thinking of everything that I have to do. Money, working, editing, doing this, but I'm editing and I want to learn how to do these things, but I don't know how to do them yet, and all of this, oh my God, I don't know anything. And then I was like, hold on, bitch, take a fucking seat. And I sat there with myself and I was like, what a blessing it is to not know how to do things, but also like it's a blessing to love something so much that you want to learn how to do something. Like, oh, I don't know it right now, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to know it or learn how to do it in the future. Some people would see that and be like, oh, I give up. I just don't know how to do it. I'm like, no, I will learn how to do it. I just want to consistently and continuously better myself in this so I can be genuinely the best version of myself. An inspiration to many, whether you want to admit it or not, because I do see everything, but whatever. But yeah, I think taking that perspective situation that I have into this new year will definitely it's already made all the difference. And like, I haven't even realized it. When I was stressing out in New York about like, oh, I have so many edits I need to do. And I'm like, Meek Mill said something real famous about this. I'm just trying to think. I can't really put my finger on what it is. I think it's something like, I used to pray for times like this. Let me know if you've heard it before. But I think he said that. Or like, these are good problems to have. These are the problems that I want to have in my life. Oh, I have too many videos to edit and I'm in New York City. Ah, bitch. You were just in Melbourne at work. Now you're actually in the thick of it and you're stressing out about it. These are the best problems for you to fucking have right now. And that honestly changed my life. And ever since then, like, I just think of the opposite of everything. If I'm upset about something, I think of the opposite. If I'm stressing out, what's the opposite of this? Where is the blessing in this? Where is the lesson? And I find it every time. And honestly, it's made me feel a million times better about every situation in my life. So I'm very blessed. I think this is Zoe telling me that she wants to come inside. Okay, in saying that, just know, take this as your official warning. I've been nice, I've been cordial, I've been humble, I've stayed down. None of that anymore. You can fucking deal with it. If you have an issue, talk to my lawyer. Okay? Love you. Happy 2026. Happy New Year. More blessings and everything. It's about to get even more personal and more brutal, to be honest, and I'm super excited for that. So hopefully I will talk to you soon. Maybe we'll like keep this more consistent, but for the time being, I'm gonna go and live my life and make the most of every opportunity that I can. But I love you. Bye.